Good morning. Welcome to RCSP Florida. Today we're doing something very unusual for us. We're actually coming to the Florida National Cemetery. We talked with a forest ranger last weekend, and he told us that there were tons of deer here. Whether we're going to see them or not, I don't know, but we're going back here very respectfully and see if we can find some deer. This is a kind of a sacred place. Because of all the veterans that are here. And being a veteran, that means a lot. This is just one small area. This national cemetery is huge, and there are fields like this all over. That's a lot of men and women that serve this country. God bless them all. In looking up the data, there are over 180,000 veterans buried at this cemetery, and that's also can include their spouses. It's the largest veterans cemetery in Florida. We've moved on from the cemetery, and we're at, as you can see, welcome to Hog Island. We're kind of here checking this out to see if we might want to camp here. It's sometimes good to check out places before you just show up with your trailer, because sometimes you can be in for a big surprise, shall we say, and it's not quite what you had hoped. So we usually check out the campgrounds before we ever think about camping in them. As you can see, it's a fairly narrow, pretty much one-way road coming in here, but I think it's the same road that goes out, so somebody has to pull over, or actually both people have to pull over to get by each other, which can be interesting in an RV. Get back to you if I find anything interesting. This is the road to Iron Bridge. Kind of checking it out. It's about 2.5 miles. Seen quite a few birds, but they're small birds, and as it would be when you're driving along, it's hard to. They're either on the other side of the car, and of course, the minute you get out, they're gone, or they're in the bushes so far you can see them and identify them, but you couldn't get a decent picture. So, to get a few, guess what? Flower pictures. But that's all we've been able to get so far. I did see a swallowtail kite, but he moved so fast by the time we saw him and I got out with the camera, he was gone. So, not having a lot of luck with birds these days. The road we're on that goes to Iron Bridge actually goes right along the boundary of the Florida National Cemetery. The fence you see is the boundary. And there we told you that the forest officer told us that there were a lot of deer there. This fence, I think, is to prevent that. They're probably doing damage to the plants and things inside the cemetery, and now they're putting basically a barbed wire fence, as you just saw, to keep them out. And that should do the job. It's brand new because they're still under construction. They don't have it in some places, so you can see they're working on it. So needless to say, we did not see any deer at the cemetery, but we were also probably needed to be there at daylight, although we were there at 8:30, so it was still fairly early. But either the fence is working and they're not there anymore, or I don't know. But we didn't see anything. But this road goes right along the boundary for the cemetery. The cemetery is 512 acres, so it's a huge cemetery. Road's not too bad. It's obviously, as you can see, unpaved, but you know, it's got a lot of potholes in it here and there. You have to kind of go slow. But we're going down here to Iron Bridge, and there's supposed to be another campground down here we're going to check out. We checked out Hog Island, and that actually looked really nice, and it's basically a boondocking place. They do have water, but they have no electricity, so I asked the camp host, and he said that, yeah, they allow generators except between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., which is fine with me. And the sites aren't really on top of each other. It depends on which sites you get, but some sites are kind of out away from each other. So that's would be nice. And we have a propane generator that's pretty quiet, so and if we get the trailer cooled down to a good cool temperature, we also have a dehumidifier in it, so we can take the humidity out of the air. So once it gets cooled off at night, it'll be probably stay cool all night, except for maybe in the middle of the summer. Then it'll be probably too hot to go camping anyway. So when we get to Iron Bridge, I'll get back to you if there's anything to see. If not, we'll catch up with you later. Finally, a bird. This is the only bird picture I took today. This was an exploring trip, and some people may not like this video. I wanted to show that it's not all taking pictures. There is a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes that you never see. The planning, the hours spent looking at Google Maps and Earth, and even more hours looking at trail maps like Avenza, Gaia GPS, and All Trails. I always want to know what I'm getting myself into with these trips. Sometimes I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I need to know a little bit about the place to help keep myself out of trouble. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, hit that like button, and if you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, tickle that bell button. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.